Hello everyone, it's Jamal Thomas. Welcome to the Progressive Soapbox. So, Ben Shapiro had a debate with Jake Uger at Politicon. I had never heard who Ben Shapiro was. Apparently he's like a libertarian hero or something. And he posted something on Twitter that I find absolutely absurd. So I kind of want to talk about it. I've made the statement before that libertarians have a cartoonish view of the world, a cartoonish worldview in regards to what they believe that the world could look like. Yes, you can have whatever world you want, but yes, you also have to deal with the consequences of that world. If you're going to deal with this world that's purely individualistic, you're going to have a hellscape of a world. So Shapiro, again, I fold this under one of those cartoonish arguments. Let me show it. Leftists. Religious bakers must bake the cake for the gay wedding. Also, Google must not tolerate a guy who dissented from leftist politics. All right, so let's talk about it. I find the first one absolutely comical, and the connection between the two. I understand the thread that he's trying to make, but I want to make the case that that thread doesn't exist. Religious bakers must bake the cake for the gay wedding. It depends on the world you want. It really does. If you're talking about living in the 60s, that statement makes perfect sense. Let's say it's not a gay couple. Let's say it's not a bakery. Let's say it's my wife and I, a black couple, who would like to partake of something at a particular restaurant because we heard the restaurant was just fucking awesome. Should my wife and I be allowed in that particular restaurant? It's open for business. It's in America. It's 2017. Should anyone be able to go into that restaurant and get service, providing they're following the rules of that particular restaurant and not doing anything crazy or absurd? Let's say it's not a black couple. Let's say it's a gay couple. Should that gay couple be able to get service at any restaurant that they want, providing that restaurant is open for business in America? Let's say it's a black couple in a bakery. Same question. Let's say it's a gay couple in a bakery. I'm just making this point that we don't discriminate. At least we try not to. We have an ideal set that we don't necessarily discriminate by law with regards to our businesses. If a business is open for business, meaning if that's going to be a baker, a hat maker, a candlestick maker, a cobbler, whatever. If that sign says open for business, that particular person can't discriminate against the people who are coming into that particular business. If they're black, white, gay, Christian, Hispanic, whatever, we're open for business. That means that if you're a baker, you bake the cake. You bake the cake, or you close your doors. You be fair. You don't discriminate. You don't discriminate. This is for the second point. Also, Google must not tolerate a guy who dissented from leftist politics. The thread that he's trying to create there is, you guys are saying that you don't necessarily like discrimination in the sense of the gay guy going to the baker. At the same token, you're discriminating against the guy who's dissenting from leftist politics. The person who wants to discriminate against the gay person, meaning the baker who doesn't necessarily want to bake the cake for the gay guy, or the black guy, or the Hispanic guy, or the Christian guy, or the white guy, whatever demographic you wish to add into that particular point, let's call it X. It's not the same thing as a company who's making a choice about a hiring decision. Meaning, it's one thing if they didn't hire the guy because he was some kind of demographic. It's another thing to discount somebody because of something they've done. In one case, you have somebody who's trying to use a service from a business that's open to anybody in the public. In another case, you have a company who's hiring somebody or who's dealing with a hiring decision, a human resource decision. Nobody is using a service at that point. That is literally Google dealing with internal operations, making a decision on the things that are going on internal to the company. Certainly you see a difference there between those things. I don't know why Google fired the guy. I don't even know everything that came out in the document. I only saw basics of the document. They shouldn't have fired him. They shouldn't have fired him. I consider myself the leftist. No, I wouldn't have fired him. I wouldn't have fired him. That being said, there is a difference between Google making a decision that's dealing with human resources versus you or somebody else making a decision not to serve somebody because of their demographics. I would hope that I'm not the only one who sees the difference between those things. I agree with the Shapiro that they shouldn't have fired him. By the same token, it is a hiring choice. This is not somebody trying to use a service. It's not Google turning away somebody because they're black or white or Christian or conservative or anything else. It's a human resources decision at that point. I'm not firing a guy because of discrimination. I don't know the reasons they used to fire the guy, and yes, they shouldn't fire the guy, but there's a difference between a human resources decision that Google is making internal to the company itself versus a baker who wants to discriminate against somebody coming into their restaurant who represents X demographic. So I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you think. Do you believe that the baker should be able to discriminate? Do you believe that a black couple or Asian couple or a gay couple should be able to get kicked out of a restaurant? Meaning, I'm not serving you because of your kind. Do you believe that's the same thing as Google making some decision on taking action against an employee who essentially says something that the company didn't necessarily like? Is that person saying something that the company didn't like any different than you blurting out something in a meeting that the company doesn't like and you getting fired for it? Let's discuss. Let me know. I would imagine that Hard Bastard put the question up there because he wanted people to talk about it. So let me know what you think. I'll leave it at that. All right, guys. If you enjoy the content, feel free to share, rate, subscribe. And of course, you can always support the work through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks, guys.